Hello, and welcome to the latest in our video series on laboratory safety. Our topic today, lone worker guidelines. Alone, in a lab. Sounds like the opening scene of a scary movie, doesn't it? And in truth, working alone in a lab does present some unique challenges. But by following the lone worker guidelines, you can have a safe ending to your lab work, even if you're working alone.
Aaron has some lab work he needs to get done, and he is seriously thinking about staying after hours to complete it. But should he? First, he needs to really look at the work and its hazard potential. We classify jobs into two categories: high hazard and low hazard operations. This will make it easier for Aaron to make a smart decision about working alone tonight. Just from the name, Aaron can tell that high-hazard operations are those that could put him in a dangerous situation, not really what he wants or needs tonight, or anytime. Some examples of high-hazard operations include most process areas, like pilot plants and market development plants, equipment that compresses, like roll mills, large quantities of flammable or extremely hazardous materials. It wouldn't be smart for Aaron to work alone on operations like these. To be done safely and efficiently, high-hazard operations require 2 or more people, a safety observer or another person available to give immediate aid in case of an emergency. And Aaron knows that lone worker situations are not allowed for high-hazard operations. When it comes to low-hazard operations, Aaron needs to think carefully about them as well. He's not going to make any quick decisions before he thinks it through. In general, low-hazard operations include tasks like routine analytical work such as titration, chromatography, non-hazardous instrumental analysis, handling samples for routine analyses where samples were prepared during work hours, general lab work, minor maintenance or small-scale construction, office work. These operations do not present any major hazard to Aaron's safety and are easily done alone. Happily, Aaron's unfinished work is a low-hazard operation, and he decides he can finish it up tonight, alone, in the lab. For safety reasons, special consideration must be given to work performed after hours or in isolated work situations. Usually, the lab is busy with lots of people around, so someone is handy to help Aaron if there's an emergency. It's a different story after hours or in isolated work areas. If there's an emergency, what will Aaron do? Luckily, his lab has a way to communicate personal and work-related emergencies. Labs often have a system designed to provide assistance to lone workers if there's trouble. This special consideration can include a mechanism such as the buddy system, lone operator alarms, shower flow alarms, and emergency radios. Restricted access to the facility through the use of keys and programmable badges. Periodic check-ins with emergency services and security if warranted. Any necessary supervisory approvals. Aaron and his lab are now ready for an evening of working alone, but he's not going to make a habit of it. Under the lone worker guidelines, working alone in a lab for any reason is discouraged. But if you must, remember to think carefully and thoroughly about all aspects of your task.
If it's a high-hazard operation, don't work alone. It's not allowed. And if it's a low-hazard operation, be sure some sort of special consideration is in place to help in case of an emergency. Thank you for your time, and if you find yourself working alone in a lab, you are prepared.